Technoblade never dies. Welcome everyone. This is my DIY Technoblade costume. But how did I get here? To get there, let me take you back to about 2 months ago when my ADHD ass was sitting in class not listening to a word my professor said. Instead, I was thinking about Halloween. I decided then and there I would go as Technoblade to honor his legacy and started planning the ultimate costume. First step, a list. After finding a reference photo for my costume, I planned out what I would need, those things being a pair of black dress pants, a pirate shirt, brown knee-high boots, as well as a waistband / corset thingy, a cape, a mask, and of course, a crown. Having planned that out, I started to research buying this stuff, but quickly found out it would be pretty pricey, and since I'm broke, I didn't want to do that, so I made plans to sacrifice the knee-high boots for any reasonable boot I was able to find, make the cape and the waistband homemade, and make the mask with paper mache. I already had a pair of black dress pants, and I ended up just buying the crown and the shirt for cheap on Amazon. After that, I went shopping and I found some amazing fabrics, ribbons, paint. I even picked up a diamond sword since my costume didn't really feel Minecrafty enough. Speaking of which, I also picked up a button while I went shopping and made it into a custom golden apple Minecraft button that I put onto the cape. While I was at a thrift store, I found a pair of boots for really cheap, and even though they weren't perfect, I just picked them up since they were good enough for what I needed. Now for the coolest part of this costume, the mask. It took me a couple of days to make it, and this was the process. I used paper mache on a balloon to make the base, and formed masking tape around a shower ring to shape the nose. After the paper mache dried, I cut it into the shape I needed and taped all the parts together so that I could start painting. The pink was really light, so it took a lot of layers to paint. And to finish it off, I added some Mod Podge so it would have a slight gloss and also be a little bit more durable. For the eyes, I spray painted some spare mesh white, and then I cut the mesh into eye shapes and attached them with glue to the back of the mask. If you make this yourself, I recommend being as patient as possible and just taking your time so that you get the look just right. For the custom button, I cut out a paper printed golden apple and I glued it onto this button with some Mod Podge. The last couple of things that I needed were the cape and the waistband, but I had no idea where to start. So I asked for some help from the best sewer I knew, my friend and roommate, Sadie.
I'm Sadie and I'm 22.
How long have you been into crafts?
Basically forever. My mom taught me when I was really young and I have been doing it ever since. I find it fun. I think it's fun to, no matter what I'm doing it for, make stuff.
What would you say to anyone that wanted to start getting into sewing and crafts?
Basically just kind of go for it. Like, I feel like that's kind of the only way that you can get good at it is just go for it and kind of let your mind do whatever it does.
Sadie managed to finish the waistband with no problems, just using some maroon fabric and then started the cape. But how do you do that? Well, first you need a cape shape. Yeah, that works. Then you cut some fabric to use for the back of the cape and attach them together. Lastly, some fluffy trim. We used a small rug for our cape. Sadie managed the first part of that easily with her sewing machine. Update, it is Halloween. The sewing machine broke, and now I'm going to try to put the rest of the trim on with some fabric glue. So yeah, wish me luck. While I fixed up the cape with the glue, I also added the golden apple button. If you guys decide to make a cape like this on your own, get ready for a giant fucking mess and fur to be literally everywhere. Filled up my entire vacuum cleaner, and as I'm recording this, I'm still covered in fur. It's like I just got a haircut in the back of my neck. It's itchy, it's awful. Now, here's the final product of the costume. I think it turned out really well. I hope that this costume can inspire you, because that's my goal, since Technoblade inspired me. I had the idea to make this costume after another grieving period following Technoblade's passing. I was embarrassed since I didn't even know the guy, but in a weird way, I kinda did. What was so great about Technoblade was that he was so genuine, kind, and funny that over 10 million people fell in love with his content, which he managed to do all of that without ever showing his face. His humor and commitment to his videos are what inspired me to start making videos. He made amazing content, he made people laugh and smile, and he inspired all of us. If you're a fan of techno, follow Sadie's advice and just make something, anything at all. A poem, a painting, a YouTube video, or even a house in Minecraft. Creativity completes us, and it lives on after we're gone. So just start making anything. It doesn't have to be good, it just has to be. Do it for yourself. My name is Bushcat. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please subscribe for more content like this. It's free, and it's the best way to support my channel. Hey all, welcome to the end of the video. I hope you liked it. I'm sorry for missing my upload last week. I was on vacation, but I still feel really bad about it. I really wanted to upload this on Halloween Day, but it just didn't turn out that way. Anyways, I appreciate your patience. Drop a comment if you have any kind of content you want to see in the future. Otherwise, just leave a like. It really helps out the channel. Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and I will see you next week. No, that was pretty bad. Hold on, I did it the wrong